Hi, hello, namaste. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's lecture on magnetic flux density. I request everyone to kindly take your notebook and pen to write important points and equations for better understanding. So, in this topic, we are going to discuss on magnetic flux density B, capital B. So the magnetic flux density B is similar to electric flux density D. In free space, we know that electric flux density D is equal to epsilon naught E. We have derived this equation and we studied upon this in our previous classes. The magnetic flux density B is related to magnetic field intensity H with a relation B is equal to mu naught H, where mu naught is a constant and it is known as permeability of the free space. The constant mu naught is in henries per meter and has a value of mu naught is having a value of 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 Henry per meter. So this is about mu naught. So how the magnetic flux density B is related to magnetic field H with a relation B is equal to mu naught into H. This is our first equation. Now the magnetic flux density through a surface is given by, we know the relation how the flux is related. So that psi is equal to integral S B dot ds. So the flux psi is equal to the total amount of flux that is moving in a or distributed in a surface over a surface, where the magnetic flux psi is in Webers and the magnetic flux density is Webers per square meters or Teslas. This is our second equation. Now the magnetic flux line is the path to which B is tangential at every point in a magnetic field. It is the line along which the needle of the magnetic compass will orient itself if placed in the magnetic field. So we defined and discussed about what is magnetic flux density up to now. Now for an example, the magnetic flux lines due to a straight line, straight long wire as shown in this particular figure is, see at the center we are having a charge to say, conductor to say, over that conductor it is moving with current, the current is moving I, the current moving is I. So as the currents are moving, flux lines are produced across that one. How these flux lines are produced means due to the motion of the charge, that means current. So the direction of B is taken as that indicated as north by the needle of the compass, magnetic compass. So we have north pole and south pole here and that can be represented. From the figure it is observed that each flux line is closed and has no beginning or ending. So in an electrostatic field, the flux passing through a closed surface is the same as the charge enclosed. So how much amount of charge is enclosed, that much amount of flux is produced. Therefore psi is equal to d dot ds and that is equal to total amount of charge. So psi is equal to q here. So we have taken a charge here and due to this charge some flux is going to be produced and that is shown here in this diagram. Thus it is possible to have an isolated electric charge as shown in the particular figure. So an isolated charge can be produced. But so we can understand that the electric flux lines are not necessarily closed. Unlike electric flux lines, magnetic flux lines always close upon themselves as shown in this particular figure B. So let us take a magnetic bar which has north pole and south pole and the field flux lines are going to be produced here across that particular bar, and these flux lines are closed one, and here the total amount of flux enclosed is equal to 0. Okay, this is due to the fact that it is not possible to have isolated magnetic charges, that means isolated magnetic poles. For an example, if we wish to have an isolated magnetic pole, by dividing a magnetic bar successively into two passes, we end up with pieces each having north and south pole as shown in the figure. See, in the first one, let us take one magnetic bar having north pole and south pole, cut it into half. Again we get one north pole and south pole in two different bars. If you subdivide the same magnetic bars into small pieces, each piece is encompassed with now north pole and south pole. It concludes that it finds very difficult and impossible to separate the north pole from the south pole. Thus, the total flux through a closed surface in a magnetic field must be 0. So, this is the conclusion. This is our observation. In a closed circuit, in a closed surface, the total amount of magnetic flux or the total flux through that closed surface is equal to 0. That is, closed integral B dot ds is equal to 0. This equation is referred to as law of conservation of magnetic flux or Gauss law for magnetostatic fields. Just as closed integral d dot ds is equal to q is the Gauss law for electrostatic fields. Although the magnetostatic field is not conservative, magnetic flux is conservative. Though the field is not conservative, but the flux is conservative. Now, by applying divergence theorem to this third equation, closed integral b dot ds is equal to 0. So, closed integral s b dot ds is equal to integral v del dot b dv is equal to 0. So, from this we can conclude del dot b is equal to 0. This is another Maxwell's equation. Del dot product of b is equal to 0. This equation is the fourth Maxwell's equation to be derived, and equation 3 and equation 4 shows that magnetostatic fields have no sources or sinks. Equation 4 says that magnetic field lines are always continuous. They are always continuous. Now, finally, we list down all the Maxwell's equations for static fields in differential and integral forms with little remarks as follows. Del dot d is equal to rho v. This is what we have defined from the Gauss law. Rho v is equal to del dot d. And in integral form it is closed integral s d dot ds is equal to integral v rho v dv. This is Gauss law. Similarly, second Maxwell's equation is del dot b is equal to 0. Integral s b dot ds is equal to 0. This implies that there is non-existence of magnetic monopole. So, no magnetic charge is isolated. And the third Maxwell's equation is del cross E is equal to 0. That is, integral L E dot dl is equal to 0. It concludes conservativeness of electrostatic fields. Electrostatic fields are conserved. And finally, the last Maxwell's equation is del cross H is equal to J. That is, closed integral L H dot dl is equal to integral S J dot ds. And this is Ampere's law. Thank you very much and all the very best. This is Dr. Kasigari Prasad, Associate Professor, Graphologist, Writer and Motivational Speaker. For such many subject related lectures and for inspiring and motivational talks, I request all of you to kindly encourage me by subscribing to my channel, our channel Kasigari Prasad, and share the same information to your friends, colleagues and family members. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.